Hi everybody, and welcome to my video today. It's quite sunny, so it kind of looks a bit different. So today I just wanted to reflect on my mentoring video I did last week. So I've done a few blog posts, which are really exciting in terms of mentees' experiences of mentorship, of which I'll put the link in below in terms of where you find them. It provides a real insight, I think, for me in terms of understanding a bit more about other people's experiences with mentorship, particularly within tech and also UX and UI, because I think it's interesting to sort of see how the process is different for each person, what they want to learn, how long they want the relationship for, and how they want to develop and end goals. And this has led me on to my own mentoring content, which I'll be publishing within the next couple of weeks, which is really exciting. I'll work with this with my mentor. It's more a reflection in terms of myself, in terms of how I found the mentorship relationship, particularly within UX, how I grew, what kind of techniques I learned, what kind of experiences. But then I also wanted to get my mentor's experiences because I wanted to make sure that, I suppose for her, in terms of if mentees will approach her in the future in terms of what to expect and actually what she would want from people to come to her about. So like settings, processes, and so a bit more about goals as well. And I think for me, it's what I wanted to do on this blog post, say, in terms of actually defining a bit more about the mentoring process. So for me, has been defined, supposed to be defined as like a short-term thing. I've been, I suppose, in contact with my mentor for the past year, which has been great. Although I've ended up having my end goal of achieving the UX role, I still feel like I need that hand-holding, if that makes sense, in terms of asking her for advice, because I'm still new in the UX role and my company is new to the UX role as well. So it's just asking for her advice in terms of what to do, how to develop the actual processes within the organization, who to work with, what kind of key things can I learn outside of work to actually boost my profile in this. And it's all about, I think I'm at a stage where I'm getting to where I want to be. It's just continually growing and trying to, I suppose, go to the next step in my UX career. I suppose as well, I wanted to also define the process, as I highlighted before, in terms of what to expect from a mentorship relationship. And I think that's not really covered much online. So, for example, there's been a few, I suppose, talks about with people going into mentorship and actually not planning what to say or what to do within the sessions. They're just kind of going, oh, hi, I just want to chat. And it's nice having a chat. It really is. And I think having a good mentor does that. But you've got to remember their time is busy. And their time is the currency within the process. And you've got to make sure your time with them is precious. So have a slight agenda. Ask 2 or 3 questions that you could ask within the session. So whether that's looking at advice in terms of experiences, understanding a bit more about how to complete a task, or actually how to, looking at ideas for creating a task within UX. So for example, you might be learning about, I'm going to go for an example myself at the moment. So I'm looking to do accessibility. I think that's a really interesting topic within UX. And I know, in fact, not just UX, but in development in general. And I think actually it's interesting to explore the topic more. So asking about that sort of experience, trying to do a project on the side in terms of understanding how to develop a project. That's advice as well. Also, I think as well is helping with learnings that are not covered within additional learnings, if that makes sense. I was trying to word it correctly, but I'm not sure if I worded it correctly. So what I mean is, so for example, you go to myself, I did a bootcamp, a course on UX design, which is brilliant. They gave me how to engage with clients from a UX perspective, understand a bit more about the process involved, understand about research, understand wireframing, and job definition. But I think the one thing it didn't come for me was strategy. You can't expect it to include everything, but that was one thing I had to learn on the sideline in terms of, okay, then you've got the process of how to create a project, but what is the overall strategy of how to do it? So for example, within the company I'm mentoring now, I'm responsible for the UX strategy, which is exciting, but at the same time, it's scary. And within the process, you'll understand how UX strategy fits in with the overall company strategy. But I'm deferring from the point here. I'll go through a UX strategy within another video. But that's what I suppose the advice I'll get from my UX mentor, and it's been brilliant. It's just small, engaging tasks that you can get on with in spare time that'll help you grow with your portfolio and actually grow within the person. Just remember when you're into the mentorship sort of phase, make sure you do take steps, because there's no point, it's wasting both your time if you're not taking steps to develop and actually grow, and highlighting to both of you that you're actually wanting to grow. But then also just do baby steps. So it might be like doing a couple hours each week on a project outside of work. Just make sure that you make that opportunity. And making sure you have accountability. Now that might be hard because somebody like myself, I'm on my own, so I've got no person to really have accountability for my actions. So the only way I've done that is actually contacting my mentor on a regular basis if I've got any concerns or to show her anything and actually seek her advice. So I think I just wanted to go through a general, I suppose, overview of the processes and key aspects of what to ask when going into mentorship, particularly in UX. I'm hoping this is going to be the starting point of something more in terms of, again, like mentorship, and also helping out in terms of development within UX, particularly for those of you starting out. So hopefully this video has been great to provide you some advice and key insights, and I'll put the links below in terms of the interviews I'm doing, and look out for the UX mentor. I'm going to try and make it an infographic actually, because I think that'll be quite cool. So, yeah, so have a great week, and I shall speak to you next week. Ciao for now.